If you continue to use, you're going to end up staying with me. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
What goes up must come down. So when you fire a gun in the air, a bullet has to go somewhere. If it lands on a 7-year-old's head, what happens? It's a rhetorical question, meaning that you don't. Are any of you here with parents today?
No, sir. No, sir.
None of you came with any parents.
No, sir.
Mr. Gallegos, you were charged with discharging a firearm. Who's Gallegos?
Right here, sir.
Mr. Gallegos, you were charged with discharging a firearm in a metropolitan area. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Are you Mr. Gamero?
That's me.
Mr. Gamero, you were charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. Mr. Garcia, you were also charged with discharging a firearm in a metropolitan area. All of you are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You each have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
On January 12, 2025, the officer observed 4 males in dark clothing forming a circle and discharging several high-caliber weapons into the air while on patrol behind a residential neighborhood in Harris County, Texas. The officer observed 2 males run towards Muscatine Street and 2 males flee towards Garber Lane, where the officer remained stationary. The officer identified the second male apprehended as Defendant Gamero, 18 years old, who was found in possession of a Glock handgun tucked into his waistband. Defendant Gamero admitted that he and a co-defendant, a 14-year-old juvenile, had been firing an AR-15 and a Glock along with 2 other males who fled with a second AR pistol, and the other 2 males were apprehended, one of which was Defendant Gallegos, 17 years old. Defendant Gallegos confirmed the other male's identity and stated the weapon had been passed around among 4 individuals and that all were involved in shooting them, and that the AR was purchased from an unknown individual in the street. The 4th male was identified as Defendant Garcia, 17 years old. Defendant Garcia admitted to firing all 3 seized weapons, and Defendant Garcia was observed disposing of an AR-15 and surrendering.
Gentlemen, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with each of your cases, and I am ordering you as the condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. How old are each of you? How old are you, sir?
17.
How old are you?
17.
How old are you?
I too.
What do you do with yourselves?
Well, I just be at the home with my girlfriend.
Did you graduate from high school?
No, sir.
We're going to work on that. Did you graduate from high school?
No, sir. I'm
So great.
yeah.
Are you currently enrolled in school?
No, I had dropped out, but
Okay, not anymore.
yes,
We're going to work on that. What's your situation?
I'm currently enrolling in school because I just left and
No. Are you enrolled
No,
or are you
sir.
not? Okay, we're going to work on that as well. Did you graduate? We're going to work on it. The first thing I'm going to tell each of you is that you are not to smoke any weed. I'm sending you each for a test right now because I want to know what, if anything, is in your system. If there's something in your system, you will get a pass today. But I'm giving you notice now that you will be retested in 45 days. And if I find that you continue to use, I'm going to put you in jail. I don't know if you're using, but if you are, it stops today. And if you stop today, in 45 days, you will be clean. If you continue to use, you're going to end up staying with me. Do you understand?
yes, sir.
What goes up must come down. So when you fire a gun in the air, a bullet has to go somewhere. If it lands on a 7-year-old's head, what happens? It's a rhetorical question, meaning that you don't need to answer, but I'm giving you something to think about, that what goes up must come down. What goes down will ricochet. And if it ricochets into a person, someone's going to get charged with that murder. Do you understand?
Yes,
There
sir.
are proper places to do these things. That's what you do. As far as I'm concerned now, none of you are to be in possession of any weapons whatsoever. Don't worry about filing any conditions because each of them are going to be honored.
Yes,
I
sir.
will provide each of you guys a lawyer today. And I'm going to send you for a test. You must come back. If you fail to go test, if you fail to come back, I'm going to issue a warrant for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, take a seat for me, please.
Right this way.
Or I'm going to have you sign resets and then we'll have you take a seat.
Chris?
My name is Sarmiento.
Yes, señor Sarmiento.
You were,
Bien, señor Sarmiento.
you were charged with criminal trespass. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine.
Dólares de
We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney appointed if you cannot afford one.
Si no puede ocupar una,
Yes, Judge.
I'm gonna go slow.
Yes, Judge.
más escucha.
On January 5th, 2025, the officer became aware of a stolen vehicle via a flock alert. The flock alert was for a listed stolen blue Hyundai. The officer checked the vehicle's license plate and observed the vehicle stolen as of December 21st, 2024. The officer observed the vehicle turning northbound onto East Tex Freeway, taking the ramp heading north on East Tex Freeway, and ran the license plate, confirming the vehicle to be stolen. A traffic stop was initiated. The officer announced themselves as HPD while giving command to turn off the vehicle and place hands out of the vehicle. The defendant, the front passenger, was the last to exit the vehicle, and the officer made contact with the complainant, and the complainant stated he did not know the defendant, did not give the defendant authorization to operate the vehicle.
What?
So they found the stolen vehicle, Your Honor.
How does he know that it was stolen?
And Your Honor, there's no need for him to know this vehicle. There's no requirement he knows, only that he's in the vehicle without permission from the owner. And the owner said he does not have.
How does he even know that the person driving stole the car?
Well, he doesn't know the defendant. He doesn't know, he didn't say he know he stole it. He just didn't know him, did not give permission.
You're telling me that he's in a car, he doesn't know the driver, and
Right, the complainant just said that in regard, he did not know the defendant, did not give.
I understand that, I get that,
Yes.
but, so he's he's a passenger in a car, and they charge him with criminal trespass. And in the DIMS, it says that he doesn't even know the driver. So how would he even know that the car is stolen? How do they know each other? I'm beside myself. I don't. When a criminal trespass requires some kind of like notice that, hey, man, you know,
So the trespass was the driver driving into the area and he was the kind of.
he's the passenger, right? I would assume that the driver got charged with UUMV.
Let me see what he got charged with.
If you tell me no, I'm gonna lose it. Really?
Yes, Judge, UMB.
Okay. But the problem is that like, how would he know that the car is stolen? Right? You got to give me something that, it's a specific intent crime. You have to, you know, there's got to, in my opinion, you've got to somehow know that the car is stolen. And
In Your Honor, further, I guess to get to that, he was in a relationship with the defendant who was in the vehicle, and there were signs of damage to the vehicle that the officer articulated, saying that there was, one moment,
a scratch on the hood.
signs of theft that would lead a reasonable and prudent person to believe the vehicle was stolen, as the steering column was broken in a manner that only a screwdriver could turn the vehicle on, and the screwdriver was tagged into the evidence. So there was damage from a screwdriver in the vehicle indicating that it was stolen, and this defendant was in a relationship with a driver of the vehicle. That, and then furthermore.
Did you just tell me that they didn't know each other?
No, the complainant does not know the defendant.
Oh, okay. I thought you also said that the driver and
No, Your Honor, and it may be misunderstanding because of me, but it's the complainant saying he does not know this defendant and did not give permission to the defendant to operate the vehicle.
so there is enough there that a reasonable person would believe
That the,
he's in a stolen car.
Stolen, yes.
So the steering column, was it?
was broken, and the officer said that in a manner only a screwdriver could turn the vehicle on.
Un desarmador podía apagar el vehículo.
See, I don't know, you know, because when I was young and dumb and 17, and, you know, my friend had a CJ7, you know, you ever been in those Jeeps that are just jalopy Jeeps, right?
Yes,
They
Judge.
always broke down. They always had a problem. We always, you know, Jimmy rigged it as well, you know?
In this case, Judge, I believe there would be enough for PC because we have a vehicle with evidence of breaking into the vehicle with that damaged steering column.
I've been in vehicles like that before.
And we furthermore have a complainant saying he doesn't know the defendant in the vehicle.
No difference to me.
That goes to the element of without, for the criminal trespass, it goes to the, with, knowledge that it was,
Nah, I'm not, no, I'm sorry. I'm gonna find no probable cause. I'm sorry.
Que no hay razón probatoria.
Be careful. When you hang with dogs, you get fleas. I don't know what your status is in this world, if you're in this country with permission. But if you go to jail and you're not in this country with permission and you spend any kind of 4+ hours in there, immigration will put a detainer on you and you will be stuck like Chuck in there until you get shipped to immigration. So live like a halo, especially if you're not well documented in this country. Go ahead, take a seat for me, sir. Sir, you're charged with driving on a suspended license. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On January 9th, 2025, the officer observed the defendant's vehicle traveling at the 7600 block of North Wayside Drive with a defective front headlight not illuminated. The traffic stop was initiated and the officer made contact with the defendant, the driver of the vehicle. The defendant provided a Texas driver's license, but was unable to provide proof of financial responsibility. The officer found the Texas driver's license to be not eligible with an active SR suspension, and the defendant was the registered owner of the vehicle, and the insurance database showed insurance policy for the vehicle had expired as of March 14th, 2024.
Got it. All right, Mr. Pickney, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you not to drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today promising me you're not going to drive. This is a legal document that you're going to swear to me. If you violate this, I can have a hearing. If you prove it to me that you're driving, I can have a hearing to hold you in contempt and hit you with up to 6 months in jail every single time. Do you understand? So if you drive 5 times, I can have 5 different hearings. Do you understand? Yes or no? Do not drive. If you want to, go get your license, get insurance, come back to me, and I will so happily take this off, but just don't until you do that. It's not hard. You understand? Bless you. Did you want to apply for an appointed lawyer? You know, I had someone send me an email not too long ago where they were in an accident and created $50,000 worth of worth of damage to another person. And they didn't know what to do because they ended up just getting sued. Person filed a lawsuit against them, is coming after them. They're, what do I do? What do I do? This is solved by having car insurance. When you're in an accident, that's why we have insurance. So it's not a joke. You look at me like but I'm being serious. I'm trying to help you. Don't, right. Do it the right way. Great things will happen for you. I'm going to give you a lawyer. The lawyer can try to help you out with what you need to do to get your license back. But there's no excuse. If you get into a car, I'm going to lose it. Do you understand? Okay, come on.
So that was a no driving